There's a snake, and then there's the head of the snake. You are part of the head of the snake because you woke up. That's why you're interested in this shit. You see what I'm saying? You're interested in this stuff. And believe it or not, you're going to be one of the people that bring those other people to the other side. That's why we all interested in this stuff. You woke up. So it doesn't really matter if you do it, but it does in so many words. But what I was trying to reiterate here was based on behavior. Nothing you do has nothing to do with your soul going to the other side.
Did the commandments have a judgment? They had a story about judgment?
They have a judgment, but that judgment process that you're thinking is not in the biblical aspect. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do nothing. The judgment process that they're talking about is an alchemical judgment. It's more of a process.
Actually, their story of judgment is talking about the 40 new admonitions of life, weighty as a feather. And
look, man,
it's heavier than your
confession.
Look, man, hold on.
Things your soul says
Look.
that I will not do.
Wait a minute, hold on, back up.
Not that your physical won't do.
It ain't no, look, you're still talking. See, this is what the damn niggas did. They got back into Hemmitt. Tried to figure this shit out. They got into Hemmitt, and you talk about the judgment of Osiris with the whole 42 negative confessions and all, and they thinking that they look at it the same way that you look at Christianity. And judgment ain't got shit to do with your behavior. Let me break this shit down to you. What this thing means.
Now, Bob, let me get this clear.
Yeah.
Are you saying, I know a guy that murdered.
Yeah.
Are you saying that guy,
Homeboy, if he got a soul,
place we be?
he gonna be the same place where you gonna be.
So he's not going to be punished for killing
No.
another soul?
No. He's already punished by being down here in the physical realm. The punishment already done happened. See, let me explain to you. Let me show you. When you talk about the judgment, give me an example. How did you come into this knowledge? Where did you learn that from about the judgment?
I always knew.
Huh?
I always knew.
Yeah, but I'm saying. Okay, I'm talking about. Somebody came and gave you some information. You wasn't born knowing the damn judgment scene of Ma'at and Osiris.
I knew it. I remembered it when I went.
Okay, I will do this. We all have glimpses of knowing we were special, and you might have very well, but I'm saying, you came into a certain amount of knowledge, like all the rest of the people up in here, came into a certain amount of knowledge because there's a certain awareness of the Egyptian stuff that came back within the last 14 years. And somehow that's how you tapped into it. You see what I'm saying? Now, the point I'm trying to make with you is this. The judgment that the people are saying, this is really, in all honesty, this is good, because this is how stuff. We beg people to ask these questions so we can get to clarity. The judgment that you're thinking, with the balancing of the scale and the weighing of the heart, and all the body's getting through, has nothing to do with what your behavior was down here. What happened is, we have been trained on Christianity, which is moralism and political, and a scare tactic to say, you're going to burn in hell based on what you do. So all the black people who got into fucking Egypt, when they started looking at this shit, they took the same model of Christianity and they said, okay, here's the same judgment scene that's in Christianity. But the judgment scene ain't got nothing to do with behavior.
What are the 42 confessions about?
The 42 confession is this, is what the Egyptian priests knew when they stood at the 42 confession. They say, no, I'm saying, watch this. This is going to explain it to you. I'm standing up, I'm reciting the 42 negative confession at 142. How many of these motherfuckers are? Now, I have not gone into man. I have not killed. I have not lied. I have not fornicated. I have not took my neighbor's wife. I have not did all of this. Guess what's talking? It's impossible for the physical body not to do those things. The 42 negative confessions ain't talking about what the physical person did. It's talking about what his soul did. I just gave you the ultimate mystery. Your soul done went out there and killed. You done went out there physically and killed 1 million people. But your soul didn't do it. It's called negative confession. Demon
Come on.
Look. Now.
Your physical self is a representation
No.
of the earth of your soul.
Bullshit. Bullshit. The physical self is an illusionary phenomenon that has an ego that thinks that it lives, but it doesn't. It's separate than the soul. The soul is this scabbard, which is dormant. It's asleep. You ever heard of sleeping Buddha? That's what the soul is. It's a sleeping Buddha. Your soul is asleep. The soul incarnates, and the physical body, which is the ego, thinks that it's alive. It's only a dream. It's an illusion. It wants to live. Your soul ain't got shit to do because most people's souls are dead. That's what Osiris is, dead in the winter. The Osiris is asleep. We live in this particular phenomena, and the only motherfuckers woke up is the people in this building. And then you realize, I am not responsible for being down here. Let's look at black people things. See, some of this shit don't add up if we look at it the other way. Let's say I walk down, I'm in the line. God comes up and say, man, Bobby, you did this, you did that. When you was in Atlanta, you did this, and you did that. I said, hey, I gotta please temporary insanity. Say why? Because when I was in Atlanta, I was a fucking African thinking I was from Mullen, South Carolina. I was born in the world, a dog thinking I'm a cat, a bat thinking I'm a rat. So I gotta plead temporary insanity. You don't know who you originally are, so how could you be the blame for something you did when you finished when you got going? Coming down here is John Henry. You see what I'm saying? The soul is asleep. And the physical body thinks that it exists. It thinks that it matters. But it doesn't. It's only an illusion. The soul, when the soul wakes up, we out of here.
Is the spirit an illusion too?
Huh?
Is the spirit an illusion too?
The spirit, no, there's a difference between the soul and the spirit.
Yeah.
The soul is a little sun, a little seed of the sun that existed prior to creation.
Well, when we are out of here, then what? What happens?
I'll tell you in a minute. The soul is a seed. The soul is a seed that existed before the physical world was formed. It's been asleep. Then you have a spirit. A spirit is what makes all this energy and all this stuff moves. So everything has a spirit, but not everything has a soul. Cats, dogs, rats, bats, snails, roaches, all of them have spirits. That's what moves. That's called anima. Animation. What moves across the face of the earth. A soul is a own particular universe that did not take place in the doggone drama because it's been dead since we got down here. You ever heard several things, dying the second death? Well, what is the first death? The first death is when you got down here, the soul was asleep. So the soul, so when they say the negative confessions, this drama is an alchemical, metaphysical drama where you got people that's coming up, that's trained in Christianity and trained in the later day shit coming and saying, oh, okay, this means the same justice. And they didn't talk, they didn't even reveal, they didn't even believe in that shit. So we have misconstrued advanced science or alchemical science because we still got the Christian model. It has nothing to do with what you're doing because the murderer, the hoe, the freak, the Greek, or whatever was not even awake when it was even down here. The soul was asleep. So this is just a cosmic role that we are playing until the soul wakes up.